Okay, so since this is the first video on the new channel, I want to welcome you and say good morning. Second thing I think that there needs to be is a disclaimer on the channel if you're going to move forward, and if the fact that I got my gun on my hip on my own homestead, my own property, I carry it pretty regularly. If you think that's offensive, this is not the channel for you. Move on. If you don't think that your constitutional rights are being infringed on, sorry, move on. If you're currently trying to determine which color of purple to dye your hair, this is not your channel. Move on. If you go to a public restroom and you're confused whether to use the man's restroom or the woman's restroom, if that confuses you, this is not the channel for you. Move on. But if you'd like to see some development on my homestead, and I use that term fairly lightly. There's kind of a buzzword out there a little bit. First generation homestead. There's two subjects in this, but first one is first generation homestead, and so you hear that a lot. First generation farm, first generation homestead. In my case, and in their case, I think also. Remember that I did not develop homesteading. My dad did it. My grandfather did it. My great-grandfather did it. And in those cases, at least in part, not my dad so much, but my grandfather and my great-grandfather did it within 4 miles of the homestead that I'm developing. So I'm not reinventing the wheel. It's been going on for hundreds of years, homesteading farms. And maybe in a later video we'll go over the terms. Right now the key term, or the popular term, is homesteading. But I don't want you to get confused, because I am not taking precedence in the fact that homesteading has been around for hundreds of years. I just have mine. Now in my case, with my property, it was bare ground. And most of the bare ground that I covered, or that you're going to see, has taken me, I think I got started building structures on this ground in '04. But I used to say that I built everything. I did not. I couldn't put the sewer in by myself. I had to hire a sewer guy to come put the sewer in. I had a well driller. I had to hire a well driller to come and drill the well, because I didn't have the expertise in that. Some of the buildings on my homestead took heavy equipment. I had to hire heavy equipment operators. I had to excavate. An excavator came in. That was a third party. That was not me. I'm not taking credit for doing that. You'll see here later on that somebody else came in to do that. The other thing is, and that was somewhat, still puzzled me a little bit, and I seen a book. I think I seen a book like in I'm older. I default back to 2023, and it was the first steps of pickling. And I was like, haven't they been pickling since the Egyptian time? They've been pickling. So everybody wants to go to, this is first generation, this is development, we've re-engineered the wheel. When I go back to, well, that's been done for hundreds of thousands of years ago. So the main project that I'm working on right now is trying to insulate my my wood shop and my garage, and I've defaulted down to, well, I don't know if you default, I have researched down to wood heat. For me, it's basically free, and I think it's the best heat source. So I'm trying to get this done, and I reclaimed pipe. This piece of reclaimed pipe, and later on I'll probably go over reclaimed pipe, which I've tried to install for a considerable length of time, and it just keeps getting pushed back on the back burner, which the next video will be this getting pushed on the back burner and me doing something else. The next video will be around, so power consumption. I know I'm changing gears a little bit here, but power consumption. So I know that the power has gone up per kilowatt hour, but on the homestead, for some reason, we have in fact been consuming more power. I can't rationalize it yet, but in order for me to move forward, I'm going to put in this breaker panel behind that ladder, I'm going to put a meter on this panel. There's a meter on another building. I'm going to try and meter all the buildings to actually see how much power that we're consuming, and the next video would actually be around that.